What's going on, everybody? Today I'm here to talk about a situation that happened at a General Mills facility out there in Minnesota in a city or a town called Golden Valley. I can honestly tell you I've never heard of Golden Valley before. That's involving this former employee by the name of L. Lee Tyus Jr., who worked for General Mills since 2019 up until this year. So basically what happened is back in February during Black History Month, you know how a lot of companies love to do or have their Black History programs or Black History fun facts and whatnot. Well, one of the fun facts, quote unquote, that they gave out for the month was about Tulsa and what happened with Black Wall Street. Well, the employee who is Black found offense to that because he says and everything that happened with this event was anything but fun. So labeling it a fun fact was offensive to this individual. Well, they ended up getting reprimanded because of that by the company that he was working for, so much in fact that he ended up getting fired over it. Now, as you can see on your screen, that is the picture of the flyer that was distributed by the company that they say it's alleged at this point. And as you can see, it's this fun fact about Black history, and then they put Tulsa Race Massacre up there, and that was the situation at hand. Well, now the former employee is suing them for retaliation. So let's go ahead now and get into the story. A former employee is suing General Mills alleging retaliation when he was fired after reporting racially offensive flyers in the workplace. In a press release Tuesday, attorneys say former employee L. Lee Tyus Jr. worked at General Mills since 2019 and received a performance review in January 2025 saying he was quote unquote on track. According to the complaint, General Mills distributed flyers titled Fun Facts About Black History during Black History Month in February 2025. The flyers allegedly included information about the Tulsa Race Massacre, one of the worst incidents of targeted violence against Black residents, as well as the Black Codes, which were laws to restrict the rights to Black Americans. Tyus, a Black man, found these flyers offensive and discriminatory as they were titled Fun Facts. According to the complaint, Tyus spoke with the Human Resources Department and then the plant manager about the flyers. He also submitted a formal complaint to General Mills' Ethics Department. General Mills placed Tyus on leave and deactivated his access card, according to the complaint. Tyus spoke with an employee relations lead who told him to share her contact information with others if they had also been offended by the quote-unquote Fun Facts flyers. Tyus distributed this information, and shortly afterwards, General Mills fired him, according to the complaint. The lawsuit seeks $50,000 judgment along with a civil fine and attorney fees. General Mills has a national brand and a deep Minnesota footprint. In my view, that kind of presence comes with responsibility, and a company of this size should be modeling what it means to support employees who speak up, not firing them, Tyus' attorney, Naomi Martin, stated Tuesday. In a statement to KARE 11, a General Mills spokesperson said, "While we do not comment on pending litigation, I can share that General Mills does not tolerate discrimination or retaliation." I couldn't tell just based off of the situation at hand at play here. So you have this Black man who worked there, and they were distributing out these flyers, and this is the picture of the flyer right here, and he said he found it offensive because nothing about this was a fun fact. It was a very disturbing situation that happened actually in history. See, this is the thing right here when you have PC individuals or others who try to speak on Black history or our history in particular, and then they muddy the water up, and then this is what can ensue. Because I would have felt the type of way too if you labeled this a fun fact. Nothing about that was remotely fun. They could have said anything else historical that was worth talking about that could be seen as a fun fact, but this would not be seen as fun. Now what they're going to do is they're going to look at this and they're going to say, see, this is why we don't talk about their history like that. And when we do, they still get upset. Man, we need to stop doing things for these little ingrates. They probably want to say something else. But that was not the way to go about it. But this is exactly why we have to be the ones who are leading the charge when it comes to telling our stories and telling our history. Now, because this dude stood up, and shout out to him, he ended up losing his job. He ended up getting fired behind it. And now he's in this lawsuit with them. Hopefully he wins. but that's still not going to take away the stain that General Mills left. Now, the way I found out about this story was on Instagram. So now, because a lot of black people got a wind of it, now people are saying we got to boycott General Mills. And you know, General Mills is a very popular cereal brand. They probably make other things, but I do know them for doing cereal, like, you know, your Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Of course, Cheerios is probably their most popular brand, and Lucky Charms and a few others. So yeah, General Mills, or whoever is running this plant right here, they definitely messed up. And I don't want to hear nothing talking about, oh, they didn't know about it. Oh, you had to have known, because these flyers were distributed. And that means if this employee, the one that got fired, saw it, that means other people saw it as well. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one.